become this very effective drain tank and difficult to get through if you don't quite have the DPS. But in a matter of lane swaps, how is the Swain lead, which is going to be equalized once Humanoid catches this wave, but it looks like he's trying to...
Mickey! Right under turret! One more shot denied. A Zenith blade taken. Mickey still rooted up and a shield of Durand as LeBron looks to pop that sunlight, but he's going to give the kill over to Skumond. Mickey decided to make it personal.
Because right now, what is happening is Skumond got that first kill, as you highlighted. The first blood went over to Mickey. It opened up the Dragon for G2 to be able to secure for themselves, and now the Grub's being responded to by Fnatic.
Caps now knows he's in trouble if he stays.
Keep an eye on Razork though. Can you get him?
Maybe Caps doesn't know. He does indeed. He just ulties and there you go. Easy execute for Humanoid. Another kill over to Fnatic as we get out our ulti. Okay, it's now to Sovereign Reign for Oscarinin as he sits in and he's all out. Might do a little bit of damage, but there's a Pantheon in the mix to make it unfair. Flash for the Comet Spear and Skumond is good again.
Corrin hasn't got a lot of experience playing against Swain though, because he was not winning that, and he was the one that chose to start that one off. So definitely struggle, but bot lane.
And the 2v2 again. I mean,
oh my God.
Fnatic thrive though. It's not just Mickey with Razork Dagda. It's Mickey and Upset.
Numbers advantage, so instead they don't take the risk. Back out onto the map we go.
Well, Caps is going to pop the Between Worlds, so now the ulti's out, the Solar Snare comes in handy, but Caps just autos down. Rebuttal won't do a damn thing. LeBron secures Humanoid, puts him in the dirt while the
Ones is sticking for this wave. You can see the supporting crew of G2 immediately making their way towards the bot side of the map, ready for a potential dive. Caps hovering in the river. They haven't actually spotted that the Dragon has been started just yet. The bot push in makes it easier for that one to be kicked off.
Skumond's here as well, and Zenith Blade compared to the Steadfast Presence cooldown is massive. Stunned up, and Skumond has now found an easy target, but ignited mid-ulti. As it goes to LeBron yet again. Razork's here, he pops his ulti, that's because Oscarinen's here to help out as well. Skumond looks for the turn, meanwhile onto Upset, but he won't find it. A shutdown over to the Corki, while Oscar says the G2 bot lane needs to go away, and I can see an eclipse.
Again, this kill goes over to LeBron. Now in a 2 versus 3, Hans basically has no mana left, and when Oscar arrives from the flank, it becomes too difficult. Now the flash into the blade.
For the Demonic Ascension, and with a keep in place, Humanoid can't rebut everything. Once again, the never move keeps him down. And Skumond again, it feels like his Pantheon is controlling the game once more.
The damage from this Pantheon is just relentless in the early game, but Mickey has set his sights on Caps once more. No minion wave though. Caps able to clear that wave out before the dive can come through.
Oscar got him though, against the wall. Caps now presents himself. Great shove, ulti as well. That was cleaner than my kitchen table.
Yeah, and even the interrupt from Fnatic, they'd already started to shift up towards this top side, so they always have the numbers advantage there. It will be in trade for Dragon, but potentially first tower. I'm not sure exactly how much is left in that bot lane tower, but nice response.
When you've got Mickey and Razork on your roster, you've got to be willing to follow up on those engages.
True.
And I think it's fair to say that Upset has been consistently doing that.
Going for the engage, they end up getting the stun into Lebrov. I
mean, it's so dangerous for the Corki, isn't it? If you sit in the Gatling gun, you'll get shredded. Lebrov now no flash, and bot side river is Fnatic's.
Yeah, and this is kind of where the... Oh, hang on.
He's just doing something. Steadfast Presence. He's going to have to ulti here. Zenith Blade is denied, but Mickey shoves away. This guy's such a rat.
Yeah, I don't know what he was trying to achieve.
Oh, drop. Caps can't get away. He wants to go to the edge now. He's on the left side, but on the wrong side is what I'll say. Fnatic are bringing up support, teleport in, but is there enough damage? You have your answer. Oscar in it with a solo kill.
Caps cut down for the surprisingly getting stuff happening on the other end.
I mean, it's a surprise to see Caps falter in this first game. I think he found himself in a difficult matchup in the laning phase with Mickey putting a lot of pressure on the mid lane play. Oh, hang on.
Yeah, the Grand Starfall brings us into yet another fight. Skumond thinks about it. Another Comet Spear. W's in, but under turret. Dangerously so with a Steadfast Presence, but is able to back away.
Skumond.
He's going to be taking the resources as well. Mickey zones off LeBron from the top as well. Turret gone, and Fnatic, 4 members make this nice.
And look at the timing, the coordination, but it looks like G2 is looking to answer.
Great Solar Snare from Humanoid brings it off as a quick rebuttal. Reminds Han Summer who's boss. Against the wall, Mickey does the same and says, see you later. You can't replace me. A double over to Upset as well as Broken Blade has jumped on in. His Demonic Flare has done some work as now the top laners also get involved on the other end. It's Oscarinen in the all-out, bumping and weaving and dodging. Another Solar Flare on the right and another execute from Humanoid to say good night. Skumond will run, but not far enough. And Fnatic are breaking the mold.
Fnatic shut G2 back. Now with Rift Herald in tow, going the wrong direction, but finds the right way. They will be able to get mid-turn off the back as well.
A convincing ace from...
that too. Caps right now sitting in a side lane, hoping to equalize this goal a bit, but Arakan is now up. Teleport's going to have to be burned as Fnatic start this off.
Yeah, they want to try and get both of them here. Upset going to finish off the Dragon, waits for the Ezreal ultimate to come through.
Well done.
Nicely done. And now Arakan to boot as well. Caps is reset. I don't know if G2 realized that this has gone down as quickly as they thought.
I mean, they're not in a position to contest. Here comes Skew on the TP coming through.
Bit interrupts again. Mickey's been clean on the poppies. He's just wasting time away from the Arakan. He drew Skumond in, who has the star fall in as Humanoid. It's probably going to be the target. You look at the solar flare, you look at the steal, and now there's a choice. Caps runs in, and G2 have no more fear. I thought it was doomed. I thought Skumond had absolutely nothing, but he took absolutely everything.
They overplayed their hand, and G2 was able to punish. Beautiful steal. This is, of course, a best of 3, but so far, Fnatic and G2 are delivering. Now G2 have reclaimed all of that control that they've lost. Immediately, they move into the enemy jungle. Mickey's been found.
And supports keep doing this. They keep finding each other, but Mickey ults away Labrov while now running for his own life, but he'll die. Mickey was looking to disengage, and they won't let him from G2. Upset moving up to the wave as well. That turret is non-existent. Summer just takes it with his bare hands.
Maybe BB was right. G2 seem to be able to read exactly where Mickey's going to be at all points in time, and they're catching him out. Now, moving towards his top side. Oscar is trying to respond to the bot, but how far do G2 want to push this?
Well, 4 grubs are going to be a big difference here. 2 for the side of G2 means things are slower, and Humanoid with the Radiant Volley at least has wave clear. Solar Snare not going to connect onto Caps, but he zones him out, remember, again! As Solar Flare, rather. Zenith Blade from Labrov almost connects. Oscar was taking the turret, he did succeed.
Humanoid, remember, he can use the W onto the Zenith Blade. Ooh.
Okay, no one's called out, not unless it might be Mickey here. Humanoid sets up the rebuttal again. Caps pops the ulti, looks for the solar kill, doesn't find it with the last auto. He withdraws, but Humanoid will have to leave.
That exactly will make G2 as you are right now.
Mickey looking for an angle, Labrov again. Mickey's quite fast. These supports have been the start and even the finisher, and Labrov even shows a great shield flash. Mickey's down immediately as Skumond, he ultis in. He's looking for a new target. Now it's onto Oscar, but against the wall, against an old turret, he stands. Oscar ultis in AoE though. Broken Blade is demonically ascending. Kept in place is Oscar with no tank stats to speak of. G2 have done it yet again.
Great call from Labrov, just flashes on Mickey, says I don't care if you can get rid of the Zenith Blade, I'm just going to bop you in the face with the shield. And with that now, G2 get control over the Dragon. Fnatic still trying to contest, but Razork is a long way from here.
Uno's going to try at least a poke out. Every single rebuttal you're waiting for, presses it, nicely done, but it's not going to stop the Solar Flare. He kites away, Humanoid still zoning through a Solar Snare, that's great as well, but Upset goes over and gets a pick. The power of this mid-80 carry, get one back for the Costa Dragon.
That may have been a crucial mistake though, because Oscar has TP available on the back.
Caps TP to topside though, they're trying to look for the flank. G2 want to try and contest this. Great vision control from G2 in the area.
Caps' angle is huge, looking for that ultimate to set the pit alight. Mickey zones out the back. Fnatic are going to look to take this one with no contest. Skumond stole the last one. Can he do it again? On the back of the pit, Skumond can't set his spear alight. Now has to fight and fight and fight. With a 1-for-1, the pit is done, and we look around red for the crown to begun. Labrov against the wall, Mickey shoves, and Fnatic have strangleholded and hurt me, Oscar. That hit deep, but at least you still won. Trying to use his wave clear, but he can't even set up a Vision Empire. That won't clear the cannon minion doing Baron's work.
But this is the thing, you just get to poke with Humanoid, play it safe, start to stack up some of these procs on towards G2. Tower will fall, and there's little that G2 can do. Their wave clear is not great without Caps, but he can't step up to the wave.
Skumond still angling here. What can he find?
G2's wave clear isn't the strongest, but do they feel confident to get close? Oscar, test the waters.
Caps still with that ulti. No flash available, but he thinks about doing it as Huntama gets poked on out. Caps again between worlds as he pokes Upset. Great chunk, but now he's against the wall, and he's about to die. He sets up the between worlds before going through, and now Broken Blade is disengaged. You look at Fnatic, they've taken Labrov over the wall, and they've got an individual member right in front of them. An easy execute for Humanoid, and the disengage from Fnatic was very well needed.
Mickey got the follow-up on towards Caps, but more importantly, he ulted Broken Blade out.
The wave clear clears coming through, and you can see again, it's Fnatic with better position. That bot wave is still pushing in their favor.
I love how Razork is playing though, constantly playing for this angle, which is why G2 are in an uncomfortable position, but there's the engage.
Solarflare's there, Caps looked for a flank, he's now caught out. Had to flash immediately. Caps with no summoner is big as Fnatic are in front of the Dragon, they started off.
But it's really difficult for G2 to try and get any sort of window here. Fnatic too far forward though, Caps can get in here.
But he doesn't want Oscar Ridden. You can see he does not want that Cassante. G2 see him right in the deer in headlights, but Humanoid might be a real target. Never move is good. G2 on the wrong side of the map. The Solar Snare gets broken blade. Oscar happy to take it up. He's got double mountain after all now, but the flash on in. The engage from Razork. We talked about it. He sets it up. He locks it in against the wall. Mickey's done some CC as well. It's a fight on multiple fronts. G2 have won bot. Mid is winning Fnatic as Oscar has turned into the all-out. Those Natofos hurt like holy hell. Fnatic have won top. G2 have won bot. Everyone disengages.
I don't know if it's over though. Broken Blade can TP back into this one. Hansama does need to reset. How heavy do G2 want to force
both
this?
sides in terms of their teamfight execution. That one wasn't that significant really on either side. Dragon was of course secured for Fnatic, LeBron and Caps.
Caught out, Solarflare locks him down. He tried to make the pinch, but instead he's getting cut himself. Razork ultis in as Caps goes between worlds. Razork slowed down.
Caps!
Look at the jungler. He jumps back in, but Caps has done the burst. Oscar Ridden is in his ulti self, looks for the flip. Flashed away his G2, now spacing, but they have 5. LeBron's health bar, the only indicator that something went well for Fnatic. But did it really?
A phenomenal play
A lot of
from
damage can be done. TP coming through. Caps trying to play off towards the side. Doesn't have the ultimate available.
But the cooldown is jumping down ever so slightly. Caps have been spotted out. The flank is there. Oscar Ridden runs into the enemy's smite. The Solar Snare is great. Caps burning from the side though, and Fnatic are taking too much damage. A Solar Flare this time. A flash from the True Shot Barrage. Flash from Humanoid. He wanted to snare, but he just looked like an unwanted bear. Fnatic run away. G2 run away.
Third Dragon for Fnatic. It will be a trade, but can G2 do this fast enough, gents?
It's a good question. Oscar Ridden walks into LeBron though.
Walks into a Solar Flare. He's unstoppable for now, but how much more stuns are there to go? G2 is a 5-man stack with the Demonic censured up. Broken Blade happily walks in. He flares once, looking for now another as he slowly stacks up. LeBron gets a good engage. Fnatic are running away, but G2 are winning this play. Humanoid, he decides to eclipse the sun, but it was too bright for Fnatic. They're getting blasted, reamed, torn apart by Hansama. G2 are low, but Fnatic are dead for 50 seconds with their jungle man.
And the slow, drawn-out retreat from Oscar made it possible for G2 to chip away at his HP bar, and the front line was no more for Fnatic.
Yeah, I mean the Royal
It's still Caps. You can't afford to underestimate him. If he's got items, he's going to look to make plays.
And Fnatic have to pick a side.
TP net for Broken Blade. They want to try and force this.
Is
You
Caps
need
in
to-
trouble actually? All out used. Ulti gonna be used. He goes back in. He takes it a second time. He's golden, but Oscar has a flip of the wrist as Caps is running for his life. I mean, Oscar chasing, upset as well. Valkyrie smash in the face. Caps is dead. And we just highlighted this guy, but that's a big mistake.
I don't know if it is though, because yes, you get the pick, but they've stopped upset. They wanted the
Maybe
kill.
not. The spear triumphs yet again. Skewmon sent away. His comet, no. The eye, no. A rocket after that as Skewmon is trying to tank it out. He is still a beefy boy, but Oscar Ridden slowly chasing. G2 are giving back up. Solar Flare in a choke. Maybe it's turning for G2, even with a flip back. A demonic ascension again. This one comes from Satan himself. No rebuttal for you. Instead, I have a counterpoint, and that's G2 winning game 1.
That's what I was going to say. You end up with Fnatic over committing towards that bottom side of the map with upset. So yes,
It's on the
upset.
map, but they turned it into a great team fight win, which should now open up the base. They're going to break this tower down. Fnatic don't have the members to defend. Caps TP's back in, and they'll be happy with an inhibitor.
And we're starting to see G2 run into these fights, guys.
On Caps right now, he's going to catch the mid wave. They feel like that they have control over the river. They're going to... Lebrov.
He face checks on a blast cone. He is waiting, willing. Solar Snare not connecting.
I mean,
Razork
Caps isn't there.
Wants it, as you said. Caps is going to come in slow, so they're going to take a 4v5. Fnatic might have this fight. Broken Blade goes into the ulti, but he's dead before he can do anything about it. Lebrov gets denied by Mickey. As you can see, Hansama is firing and firing and firing away. Razork has to get on him, get in the way, but this Ezreal is unleashed. And you might say, yes, hysteric, but Fnatic are winning fight. But watch Hansama. Ian again. Auto attack. Q. Mystic shot. Hans, it's your mama. Fnatic are running down. Huxet's got no health left. Caps might miss, but not for long. Ezreal, I think, is a little bit strong right now, as Humanoid is the only remnant left alive. And G2, as they chase and chase and chase, the damage is imminent. The flush away from Humanoid is evident, and Caps is going to get in his face. A rebuttal, a mystic shot again. Hans Summer will take him out for the ace.
In a 4 versus 5, where Caps cannot be there, it's Hans Sama who steps up to the plate and may have just hit the home run for G2.
Excellent positioning from Hans.
To do as he pleases in that fight, and now G2, they please the Baron. But Fnatic aren't too.
A cheeky Hex Splash, Solar Flare onto Mickey as well. He's going to be never moved, and Broken Blade gets free access now as well. Mickey's dead in an instant. That Poppy ain't tanky at all.
I think it's
a Hex Blade to follow Oscar in, and you're right. A Shield of Daybreak spells night for Oscar. A double kill already as Hans Summer is lining him up to spike him down. Skewmont will not get off Upset's head, and Hans either takes this or Skewmont will. In the end, Broken Blade gets a cheeky chink in there. The G2 have now killed 3 with big death timers. This is where it feels like the book will close.
Chaotic fights back and forth. Over 50 kills. This is G2 versus Fnatic, and it is G2 looking to take round 1.
G2, it was hard fought, but they find the picks, they find the team fights, and there's just nothing that Fnatic can do to stop them.
The play was fun, it was scrappy, but G2 take game 1 in his best of 3. One step closer, the BO5s, and to yet another.
And then one reset in a fight, and you can suddenly pop off, because apart from the Azir to a certain extent, you're quite short range on G2 side. So everyone should be a bit of, they know that Oscar has a TP, so they don't want to overforce. But now matched as Broken Blade will find his lane opponent back in there.
Looks like Razork is going to get the double crab. Mickey threatening an engage with the Hans, spacing him quite well. Here comes Razork once more.
Well, Mickey's already dead before the play starts off, though. Flashes the Boomerang Blade. Labrov now going to find Razork yet again. He can't sidestep that one. Great shove against the wall. Kill over to Upset. In the end, Labrov actually got first blood against Mickey, but it's Upset who's to spot him out on a ward, as first grub's going to be taken, no doubt. Next one is the biggest question, as Upset gets his little reset and attack speed. Now the Humanoid's here. Second one, too. G2 walking down, but they're walking down late, and Fnatic now have Humanoid with an ultimate available. Labrov's up against the wall, an easy charm and an easy kill. A good punish from Fnatic.
G2 never should have contested.
As you said, Vedius, good call on the barrier. I'm also going to mention that his health bar right now is at 25%.
It's deceptive, that HP.
Yeah. AQs once, he's down to half HP. Caps ulties in once, and Humanoid flashes away, and that's the other core of it, as you said, the Lulu great against this mid, but Caps is dead. In the meanwhile, Razork gets an impale and drags Labrov back on this Lulu. He's not having a fun time with the Scorpion King in his face. Needs Skewmont to zone, and at least he...
I actually thought that was the ultimate for Broken Blade.
Yes, show us top. Show us top. More. Where's the duress? There it is. Okay, lethal tempo. Another bite. Oscar in and running. Under turret, he'll be safe, but the longer the trades go, the more Broken Blade sinks in his fangs.
That wave.
Yeah, I think it's... Do you feel strong enough as Fnatic to answer for the play, right? Because I think G2 are actually hitting quite a lot of the strides right now. Skewmont hit 6. Oh, hang on.
PP is good. Hans Summer with the spell shield, though, won't stop the Magnet Storm. In the end, the traps are now down, and Humanoid runs in. This is an easy kill. It looks like Upset will get it as well. Has to flash as the barrier for Hans Summer keeps him alive with the zap. Then flashing will keep him alive, too. Labrov zones off, and Humanoid went the other way. He thought that was a secured kill for Upset.
But this is what I was saying. I think Fnatic didn't want to make the play towards Void Grubs. They already have their 3. Let's go for more plates on towards the Jinx on the bottom side. But Jinx actually resetting, which I am kind of surprised. I thought they'd keep her here. Caps still looking for Humanoid, but not quite able to get the swoop and boop. But now Upset moving mid. I think you're still in position to contest if you want to. There's still a lot of G2 members on this bottom side.
Razork's coming up, though. Primal How might work out, but Oscar in and has backup this time around. Broken Blade's looking for the wave, but Razork has flashed away from the public execution. Won't stop this bonk that comes out of Razork. Infinite duress.
Until complete onto about 80 carries, and the boots now as well for Upset are pretty nice for an upcoming potential fight. But again, I just don't know if Fnatic are quite strong enough. This heavily relies on plays from Humanoid and Razork to kick things off.
Public execution would start it off, or Mickey could lock down and enable that. Tries to bait out the flash shattering strike, but Fnatic, now as they move into River, are slowly getting poked out. Saplings, Labrov, Caps, it's all in. Humanoid has enough of it, and now he's all in. Perfect crash down as well. Mickey sets it up, and Fnatic, as they spike it down, have to deal with Broken Blade. He gets the double. Infinite Duress flies over, and he's got a scuttle. He's just autoing down, and Razork is going to lose this. The Jaws, even with the wall pushes. He knows what Scorpion smells like. So Razork running away. Dragon given to G2.
A heavy commitment to getting the kill onto Lebrov. I think cost Fnatic a lot. Sure, they removed the support from the game, but the response from G2 was swift and decisive. They shut down
Distract, of course. It's just a dot in the middle of the canvas. You got to work out what it really means. And Razork is trying to zone out while four members of Fnatic now look to ride the Herald, and instead of going, I was going to say, Mickey's going to the next one. But he does just charge in immediate danger while Broken Blade's waddling away at the turret. But remember, there's no grubs for the Warwick. Fnatic have all sixes. Now another charge for the Herald. Mickey gets it off and will get out as well. Nature's Grass gets thrown down. G2, the follow-up, just looks impossible here with Razork against the wall.
But they can move to mid. The wave is already there, and I think they can just get the mid lane turned off the back of it because G2 kind of over-index into pushing in that top side. So,
oh my God, I don't know. I never know with...
It's never worth it. It's just never worth it to find out. That's the answer.
Yeah. Oscarin chases up, but Fnatic's moving around the map. As you said, it's slick. They open up mid as well, or at least they're about to. Under turret, Mickey has been found out by Skumon, so maybe this was not the best call as Hansama gets a kill. Mickey a little bit deep again.
Yeah, Mickey's had some rough ones in this. Some of the plays he's had are great. Last two have been a bit int, and a few others to boot, but still Fnatic at least will get another tower for themselves, and Best are going to TP to top to match Caps, so Caps can't get the answer on the other end. And again, kind of coming back to that TP being a little bit extra on Fnatic's side.
Fnatic kind of feeling the pressure a little bit to try and make things happen on the map. Misplay in mid lane converted into a failed opportunity on the bot side of the map as Caps moves into the side lane threat that he's known for. We haven't talked about him really much at all this game, but notice level 13. He has a almost 30 CS lead over his lane counterpart. And one of the reasons why Caps is so feared on this Azir is because of how effectively he uses it in the split push. He is so good at playing around side lanes with this champion and knowing the right times to collapse with the rest of his team. He still has the TP available, but he is reaching that late game point incredibly quickly.
Oh, it's under turret. Broken Blade is just trying to find his mark, but he's going to get ganked by 3 members of Fnatic running for his life. But I think he knows he's not getting out. He's charged and he's dead. A shutdown given over to Oscar for the cost of the turret.
And 30 seconds until Dragon is up and available, so Fnatic can very quickly reset with Upset. He's just finished his Runan's Hurricane, and Fnatic, they're already in position. Topside though.
Yeah, Caps, what's going on? He's just autoing down, waiting. Humanoid gets the ulti out just to escape. Caps holds onto his. Humanoid now doesn't have that available if this turns into a full-blown fight.
I mean, it's very likely to. Lebrov is around. Civid pushes into mid-wave.
Flash away from the Impale. That's Lebrov getting out of dodge. Now the poke for Lebrov. It's not going to do much against Scorpion. Is that TP behind enemy lines? It's Humanoid, but again, without ult. He comes in with a fresh item as top lane turret's going to die, but in the corner of our screen, we see this fight brewing instead. A good charge into the wall as Oscarina gets turned into a polymorph. A shutdown already built up by Caps, and G2 have won this fight. Now they're sending Fnatic out of this same fight. Oscar has to charge. He's fleed. Broken Blade comes in and bites him down, and Fnatic, again, not having Humanoid in hurts, but G2 quick to the pounce, have just destroyed this game wide open. Infinite Dress over the wall as well. And Mickey
he's playing with his food.
Going to kill him eventually. An ace for G2.
I mean, Caps' flank was monstrous in that fight, and G2 are quickly running away with this game. The scaling is coming online faster than Fnatic can handle it, but Upset just gets eviscerated right from the get-go.
I'm really glad that Season 25 brought some new changes. Where
This game's been a little bit of a disappointment because we've seen Fnatic really try and pick these angles. But a couple of mistakes, and now around Arakan, G2 are running away with the game. You can see that little mountain there is Fnatic showing us signs of life of what could have possibly been a Game 3, but right now, that's out of the back of my mind. 5,000 gold lead, a Nature's Grasp on this inhibitor turret, but there's no minion wave. I guess just to zone off the potential of an engage as G2 are going to walk away with all the gold they could spend.
You know, some things change and others stay the same.
Stay the same.
And Fnatic. Ooh.
Caps in. Humanoid dead. Didn't even get the ult or flash.
I mean, Caps is
Some
still
things change.
Yeah, Caps, he's still the same.
Impale's going to be used. Broken Blade's ulti just got interrupted. He flashes away. And that Arakan buff is now gone.
Caps!
But yeah, Caps is just autoing Oscar Redden. Fnatic are breaking apart.
I mean, Caps just, can I even say it was an outplay? He just stood there. He stood his ground and he fought back against Oscar.
Oscar had flash. Humanoid had flash.
Yep.
Are we just not expecting it? Are we just saving it for next game?
I mean, I guess they felt that in the presence of Caps, it wasn't worth it. I don't know. But, 6k gold lead now.
Good rocket to stop it. Razork actually might find something here as well.
Surely this time.
Surely this is the moment, right? Caps dies here, right, guys?
They want to give the kill to Upset.
They really do want to give some gold back to their carry. Do not let Caps auto him down. Oh, that would have been a disaster.
But hang on.
Because right now, they need a pick. They need scaling. Where do you want to send this? Because, I mean, I feel like Caps is 2,000 gold ahead.
Mickey's sending it into Hearts.
He has to, but he's done this before. Mickey X, or with a couple of Ds at the end. Humanoid now goes in. Spirit Rush opens up an opportunity. Oscarin is getting battered by Broken Blade a bit. Humanoid turns his pace in for the dread. Flash Charm and a public execution. Nice from Fnatic. They get the Wolf down, but Mickey's getting chased out. Where is he? Well, G2 are in a numbers mismatch. Caps is teleported in. A suppression and impale. A rocket Skumon is still available. Lebrov's running out, trying to help out his jungler while zoned out with a glitter lance. He cleanses away, uses the bell so he doesn't get charmed. Caps won't join in. Fnatic have won that fight, if only by a large portion.
And Mickey gets out too. He went into G2's base to use the Hex Gate to
So
then get
you
back.
are now on the reset, so you got the pick, but you don't get the thing afterwards, which is more important.
I guess the good news is that they alleviate some of the pressure. They've been able to clear out a lot of the vision.
I think it's so difficult for Fnatic to play this unless they get Caps.
You're hoping for the best. All right. Lebrov as well, a big piece as Arden Center alongside Han Summer. The Enchanter at this point in the game going to add a lot as Caps just solos out 4 people in mid. He can do that right now. Remembering that Arden also buffs him up and Civil Wave Clear is disgusting at this point in the game. Fnatic try and edge out towards this Baron that's spawned there waiting, but G2 are just running it down mid. They're looking to threaten further.
But this area is so dangerous for Fnatic because of Skumon's ultimate. He's constantly playing at an angle where he can play across the team.
Public execution for On the Hunt. That's the trade. Great spell chip from Han Sama. The charm onto Caps. The Sun Turret dropping down as Upset takes a bit of damage from it. He gets himself a bit of excitement too. The traps are early. The charm will walk Skumon into it. Zap is there. Playing front to back with the Nature's Grasp is great. And Han Sama firing away. Caps ends their day. You thought this would go to 3. Put it away, G2. Just when you doubt them, they come back in and show you who's the king of the league.
Caps and Hans just do too much damage. Fnatic falls in front of their base, and G2, they're looking to get a 2-0.
A 2-0 that at the start of this game looked like it would go a little bit longer than that, but Caps is king, Caps is key, and G2, we got baited at the start of this split, but not in playoffs as Diving the Fountain brings you to this 2-0 where G2 remain in charge.
Nile into a bit of follow-up from the likes of that Talia and that Vi. And they're going to be trying to make sure that the dives that MKOI do pull off can be trickier than they would have liked.
Which is important because that'll set you up for a little bit more information for your second jungle camps coming up. But you're actually skipping over the vision currently. Might just run into Yike.
Do it that. We're going to look bot lane briefly though as Alvaro will step forward, puts down the Ignite to Targamas, who's used a steadfast presence, doesn't quite have the passive proc. Kalist did not enjoy the damage back though, nonetheless.
Wall.
Nice turnaround though, good call on the wall stun. First blood to Targamas, Kalist got the barrier and survived. Flash on forwards, it doesn't work. And MKOI are fish on a barbecue. Walls are not.
Karmine Corp giving up setup for that objective.
And we normally talk about both teams being very, very good on a snowball, but MKOI we've definitely characterized as a fast team. And at least one of the grubs. Elioya around, but I don't know how easy it will be to come and contest as yet.
Especially going into the Poppy and into the Talia, not really where you want to be, especially before you have that Vi ultimate. Well, messes the Q, and that's a miss Canneral.
Okay, well, it's going to be a public, I don't know, bluff is what it'll be, but still the turnaround is pretty good. Alvaro now in danger, getting shunted into a wall. Elioya gets the grub at least, but Super ain't feeling so hot and goes down for a third kill to with that decision.
Slower again than we sometimes expect from both these teams, and you know, it's quite... In fact, actually, if we look back to the first time these guys played this split, Mobstar quite got a range DPS from that Kai'Sa on Super.
I think it makes some sense. We've got the Aurora in mid lane as well, asked to be more of an AD threat. This vision toggle again. Alvaro tries to buy time, but that door swiftly shut down. Targo's on a killing spree. 3 out of 4 kills going towards the support Poppy. Bloodthirsty. You need Kalist hopping onto the Kai'Sa, I apologize. Supposed to be a counter matchup the other way around in mid-game. That's nasty stuff from the KC80 carry.
That Tri-Brush has been utterly nasty towards Mobstar Koi. They really struggle when that vision is down.
Hang on. Vladdy trying to get a hold of the turret, does knock it down, but Jojo has now gone across the veil with the between world flash up forward for the threaded volley, and Yikes there as well, and picks up the bunny rabbit. It is rabbit hunting season, folks.
Mobstar Koi are trying really hard to push their way into these lanes, but they're being denied access. They lose a tower, they lose all of the kills in all of these fights. There's a Herald being started up by Elioya, but it feels like it is just a consolation prize. They have not managed to get themselves into this game yet. And yeah, they have 4 grubs. They haven't been able to really use them.
They just got mid lane tier 1 as well. Here comes Vladdy to fight over on this Herald. Alvaro in danger. The seismic shove onto Elioya, and the public execution just shy. But Cannon now still in a good position to fight this one out 1v3. Targwas flashing for the heroic charge into the wall. Braum about to get caught up by a lot of very angry spectral roots. And Yike gets that kill with the burn.
Why are you positioning like that? You don't have Super and you don't have Jojo Pyun. Really feels like Mobstar Koi Dragon spawning now as well. Mobstar Koi here in numbers. They do have their damage here this time, but that damage is taking a lot of damage.
Vladdy is also the damage, and he just got it all onto Super, who's now down to 10% HP.
Yes, you need HP on your Kai'Sa to be fighting, folks. Super taking that chunk.
Ooh, True Shot Barrage came flying across, was going towards Super, has picked up at least the Honey Fruit empowered by the camera. Vladdy also now had his Seraphs popped, overcomes Yike, wants to fight this one off with MKOI. Coming in force, teleporting back in. Between worlds, popped by Jojo, looking for a bit more angle. Targum is stunned up, might well be going down first. Kill of the game to Mobstar Koi, going to be donated over to Super on the Kai'Sa.
So, Mobstar Koi get themselves something finally. The soul point is there for Karmine Corp early into the game. That's still a strategic loss for them, but it's something. It's the first loss against the carries. It's not going to help.
Oh, and a Q afterwards as well. Super right back down to 20% HP. This Kai'Sa has struggled to keep the HP totals high because KC have managed to land a number of key skill shots. Elioya's just found Canna. There's a turnaround as Yike comes across with the Nature's Grasp. The Vi is experiencing violence. Atakan's just spawned, and you have those spites.
No smites. Elioya uses the flash to try and escape, but it is to no avail. Karmine Corp have done it like the tutorial, and while all this is happening, Vladdy has teleport. Doesn't feel any need to press it towards the top side of the map. He's going to take an inner turret for himself as well. This is textbook League of Legends. Karmine Corp going from moment to moment on the map, getting control of an area and locking Mobstar Koi out of it.
Winning on both sides of the map, you get the kill, you get the Atakan, all the while your Talia isn't even there. This game is looking exceptionally one-sided. It has done, really, since the early moments when that Poppy got the double kill. On card activation, there's everything up and available. They've not even got a flash blown aside from Yikes, who I suspect by the time Dragon's up will be available.
And while this is happening, helping with the setup, the Herald just forcing Mobstar Koi to respond in mid lane. Ezreal keeps firing out Qs because he absolutely can with those. Turret might even just die here. Mobstar Koi, what is your answer?
Picture in picture, there's a 1v1 happening. The public execution buffered through with the all-out. I think they will get the withdrawal. Nice 1v1 by Mirwin, but it's a feel-good moment. It's not actually a proper kill. And all the while, mid lane, Targamas looking to try and get across Elioya, who's shot back into a seismic shove. Oh! Cease and desist is just Vi being deceased. Nature's Grasp comes across the teleport in from Jojo to his own tier 3 to try and join the fight. Goes across the veil and between worlds, but that rabbit is being hunted again, can go nowhere but an early grave.
That is a very, very sad Jojo Pyun who just can't make those big plays because there's just no one left to follow them up. You don't have that vial. It feels bad watching these individual plays kind of coming out from Mobstar Koi because they just don't have the setup, the stats, or the teammates with enough HP sat behind them. Every time on screen we see them feels like someone's getting chunked out by an Ezreal ult. The Ezreal kids, Kalist has been absolute wrecking ball. They still have the Atacon left up now. They get to take themselves the Soul at 23 minutes. This is so clean from Karmine Corp.
You could eat your dinner off this game. It is spotless out here. I have seen
Ult out.
an ult out. Vladdy, not with the best angle on the wall, but it will be enough to stop Mirwin from pulling him off it, I suspect, and he gets to walk away. You know what? That's about as dirty as he's got a slightly off-angled wall.
You dare doubt Vladdy. Another super resist.
How can I do that?
Kalist.
Sorry about that.
How dare we doubt him. Vladdy, of course, we got fond memories of him, watching him way back on Riddle in the NLC.
Back
in the ERL. So many of these players forward-faced against each other multiple times. Public execution.
Kana forces a flash out of Jojo, but he can keep Drake Count stepping forwards. Won't be anything more but a flash blown on this Aurora, and it just feels everything MKOI have tried is completely countered, both on the side of the map they're on and on the other side simultaneously. It's ridiculous.
I mean, now Jojo doesn't have a flash for the next play. Of course, the Ambassador ult's going to be up a little bit quicker. Even Yoi's getting his caps taken by Kana. Wait, that's a 1v1 you don't want to take, I don't think.
Ice is going to be in range shortly. Will come flying on in. It's the first ult I think I've seen from Super all game. We'll make it a Cathian rain, but pour one out for Kana because he just keeps walking away. He's heading to the bar. He's completely fine.
Also, that is definitely like a, just trust in me, because Vladdy could have TP'd to save Kana. Chose not to, knows his top lane is going to live. Another tower goes down. Another Vial doesn't get what MKOI want from them. They're trying to make plays. None of them have worked.
They are coming up absolutely empty. Karmine Corp on the other side. Everything they touch turns to gold. It's the Midas touch right now, and it does feel a bit mythological, this lead right now. 10.2k, not even got Baron spawned. They're breaking another inhibitor. They're still waiting to try and find a moment. MKOI, I think it's a desperation play. It's a Hail Mary and pray and you find something at this point. MKOI have the unenviable job of making their way through their own red side jungle to try and contest. I just don't think they're going to have an opportunity. The Baron's going to go down. Can they find an option afterwards? The wall to deny two people coming across there.
Wait, the Poppy?
Nature's Grasp. Poppy looking for a slam into the Talia wall. Weaver's wall does it to work. Alvaro now in danger, trying to run away. Flash on forward. Vladdy gets that one on the other side. Alioya goes into the backline. Super tries to alter. They don't even find that. It is just another disaster of a fight. Karmine Corp can do no wrong. And MKOI, it's back to the drawing board. Game 2 has to be on your mind now.
Build your own wall stun combo here. Vladdy helps set up Targamas and helps put MKOI into the dirt. There's a teleport towards the top side. A sapling is going to stop Super from backing. He won't even get the joy of seeing the Nexus fall on his own screen.
Targamas throws down a steadfast presence to force Super to execute, and that's about the best you can get this game. The Nexus turrets are done, and Karmine Corp make a statement. And it is that we are here to demolish you. A clean, clinical game from the French team. The blue wall is 10 miles high.
Karmine Corp look to seal out a 2-0 here if they could get
themselves.
Many names he goes by, but still, if this is a really lane dominant top laner, really helps you ball around of the map with Mirwin using that lane control to come to chunk out the Jace.
Targamas will be here, but I don't know whether two people will survive this dive all that well against 4. MKOI here with a lot of members. Here comes the dive. It'll be Alvaro going forward to the grand entrance, and immediately down into the bailout goes Targamas. Renata cannot save her business this time around.
Sadly, Zornite can't help. Man from Piltover, Kana goes down 0-1 and 0. MKOI with that kill will get an easier access towards those grubs. However, while all this is happening, Dragon being taken on the other side, some plates being taken down by Kalist as well. So
even the grubs as well, so they'll trade in those objectives to boot. We have a look around as Yike looks to try and steal away some grubs. Not some grubs, some raptors, I apologize, but he's going to be spotted out doing this, and Jojo's coming on her own, going to try and force out a flash or perhaps an ult. The Cycle comes on down, shuffle back towards his team. Elioya will hop forwards. Flash for a Dragon's Rage, and now Vladdy's in danger too. Trying to run away. The shield from Targamas might be enough to turn around. Arcane here to stay. Wonderful storm.
A little bit too far there from MKOI as Alfaro jumps forwards. I initially thought it was going to work out, but Targamas is there to save the day. Really is very high punishing here to remove as Karmine Corp start up that dragon. They were contesting those grubs. A little bit of a late setup to this. Don't have the Ren stacks in there just yet.
Don't. They're going to start stacking them in now, though. Keep going on forwards. Yikes there as well. I don't think MKOI will be able to contest that. So 2 grubs and a dragon is Kaise's haul from that set of objectives.
Always a little bit worried when you're starting to retreat. Yoya has that flash, and of course, that early said, the demolish on the Rakan you highlighted earlier will help take this one down a little bit lower. Yike is not going to be able to clear out the wave, and that will be first turret of the game over to Mobstar Koi, and they'll pick up.
But it will only lead to a bit of a chunk, nothing more. MKOI though head over towards the turret. We'll claim this one all the while. Not that much is happening on the other side of the map, so it will just be a free turret to
Those
Mobstar
dragons
Koi.
are your faithful win condition. Cloud Soul, Cloud Rift, especially when you're in a more squishy game, still nice, and even just getting the Elder on the map helps itself too. However, Mobstar Koi, they have controlled the bottom river first, and they do have the Karma coming into the fray, who can, even with the tank build, throw out a little bit of poke, especially at this timestamp.
Largely got first items complete. Mirwin though with a soul flare onto Yike, drops the jungler down to about half, and all the while Elyoya and Super are starting up the dragon. Karmine Corp still trying to find a way on in here. They just don't have the control though. It'll be very tricky to force it. Targo has flash for a handshake. Jojo dies! Flash after the Emperor's survival, not keep him alive. And now Elyoya and the rest of MKOI forced to run away. Mirwin on the side looking for the soul flare. Gets it onto Vladdy, but it doesn't lead to that much damage. There's enough shields around with the Siphon power. Onto the dragon we go, and the Ren stack's just not on in. Fate's Call used, hostile takeover, and Alvaro running away with the quickness, but he's just not quick enough. Just about survives now. Elyoya into the backline, tries to get onto Vladdy, who's fallen down into a bailout, gets more back to life as he flashes on in with a Hex Tech Ray renamed after his rework, and Mirwin has some spears pulled out of him. It's an awful acupuncture session, and Karmine Corp come alive in this game.
Karmine Corp clutch it out. Target missing out. Haven't seen it since, I believe, MSI 2023 for him.
Really now?
It's been a long time, almost 2 years since we've seen that pick. It was a big pick earlier in his career. He's going to summon the Rift Herald into that mid lane now, which might help Mobstar Koi lock down this area of the map. They really will be ruining that opportunity. Soul point to Karmine Corp for the rest of the game, giving up their gold lead. That is a big shift in the game now, which Karmine Corp are going to absolutely lap up.
From nearly 2k ahead to slight lead to Karmine Corp. It's nominal, don't get me wrong, not much of a gold lead, but they're at soul point. That is significantly more important.
What does nominal mean, Sam? You throw out words sometimes, and I feel like I need you to explain.
So nominal.
Is that good? I'm going to assume that's good.
It means
Sam.
existing, but not really of all that much value.
Sure, cool. So it's there, but small. Great.
Yeah,
I explained it for you. Atakan spawned. Mid lane turret is going to fall. I think with that HP it was likely to anyway, especially with the good siege and range of Mobstar Koi. Karmine Corp now have to deal with the Sun Disk in their mid lane, replacing the debris of their own mid lane outer turret.
Again, those Sun Discs can be really obnoxious in mid lane because it just offers you fake pressure when mid lane control can be really valuable. Coming up to those objectives, having a sort of pseudo turret there for at least a few seconds can make a big deal.
Reminder, folks, that the winner of this series will go on to face G2, who won earlier today. The loser drops down into the lower bracket and will await their opponent a little bit later on into our playoffs formats. We have ourselves a grouping up of Karmine Corp. So Karmine Corp, just the names, the Ks. They get to me. Karmine Corp grouping up on this top side. Atakan, the focus. You really want to control this tri-brush. It's the most important thing on this top side Atakan setup.
Atakan has been the doom of a few teams. Even just earlier today, we saw a bit of a fumble. Ghostblade just popped by Canna, looking to get onto a Mirwin. The Karma, not the easiest to lock down, will be thrown back with a thundering blow on the Jays. Gets handshook as well, and Mirwin, that's just too far!
Thinks he's safe pushing up the lane, and he's not. The Ghostblade movement speed from Kana making the difference, allows him to punt him back. They take a turret, they take the Atakan, and once again, Karmine Corp more clean in the run-up to these objectives in the last couple we've seen. Now they have themselves a great situation. Again, last game, they had the Atakan. They actually have a pretty good win rate when they are behind, 60%, 3-2. So far, when they're behind at 14 minutes, looks like they might just be pulling a rabbit out of a hat again this time. 40 seconds until the Dragon pushing in, putting some wards down, and making sure that Mobstar Koi hopefully can't use as much of their range, but these Qs are starting to land from the Karma, and it does hurt.
Quick check-in on some of the items as well, as Jojo finished that second down, already had the Nash, and the Leandries should be about complete by now as well, and this Azir for Jojo Pyun could do a lot of work here, and if Karmine Corp end up in a position where this is it, where the Zaya can keep ordering, it's hard work still.
Yeah, of course, the last time we saw them, just kind of pops that Ghostblade, always a little bit scary when you hear that screech. What's he looking to do? Not that much right now.
On to Alvaro, who's got enough for sure. Looks for the quickness into the backline, but Fate's Call denies the pick onto target. Juice chunk onto Yak nonetheless, and Berserk, courtesy of a hostile takeover. This business plan is pretty damn nasty from Karmine Corp. They pull away, they get the kill onto Super, who had flash, had ult, could use neither.
Oh, Super just can't quite get himself that fight. First fight for this Dragon. Last time, Jojo gets caught out. This time it's Super. It's a great combo coming through, though, from Kalist and Targamas to finish it off. They will get themselves, once again, a very early Dragon Soul. The objective control from Karmine Corp has been great in both of these games. It's netting them a heck of a good advantage to play around teleports and fancy summoner spells. Vladdy and Canna both going to be able to get back out onto the map if that poke war is lost a little bit. Of course, the same can be said of Mobstar Koi. Trying to starve up a Vision. Vision, that's a really good arcane storm.
Goes into the back line, doesn't really get all that much done with the quickness. It's just a quick trip to the grave. He's down. Super goes up into the air with a Feather Storm. Just doesn't matter that much. Has to flash away. Does stay alive at least this time. Yike also up and about. Did not fall down despite the HP bar trades. You have our lost your support. Baron's up, and Karmine Corp head on over. I think they might start this one up. Are they just going to pick up the wards?
Yike is very low HP. He can tank up a little bit with the clone. Do Mobstar Koi know this is happening, and can they do anything about it? They're teleporting in.
Meowin's going to get a Defiance to the heal, but no counter flashes out on the end of that tether. So Meowin shields themselves and backs away. Targum is still low. They know it's happening now, courtesy of Foresight Alteration. Vladdy on a flank will be spotted out. Over the back end of this, can look for his deal, but it's still into a Callista Ren. Goes and steals it! He steals the Baron! Again! Karmine Corp fail a Ren Smite combo. It happened the other day. They pick up a kill afterwards. Mobstar Koi get out like bandits!
Oh, a steal out of the top draw, which might just keep this game alive. Elyoya, not playing the Lee Sin since 2023, comes out with an absolutely clutch steal against the Karmine Corp versus Vitality, which they missed then. 2 series in 2 days where they make a similar mistake with the Callista.
And again, I echo what Hysterics and Dagda said there, and is actually maybe we have to hold that. Meowin's been engaged on the cyclone, comes down. It's still a very tanky Karma. In goes Alvaro though with the quickness, and Yike's in danger. Goes berserk, courtesy of the hot take him and stays alive for a second or two. Yike burning but alive. Super into the air, got the feather pull onto Kalist, who still survives. The Arcane Storm claims that one. They go 3 down. They got the Baron, but Karmine Corp lose no members in that fight.
Oh yeah, Karmine Corp slap back, lose a Baron, take the kills. Who cares after that point? I don't think now that Mobstar Koi are going to be able to use this objective. How did that setup happen in the first place? Left alone in that mid lane, unsupported by some other members away from the lane, and gosh, that chase is starting to really hurt. Karmine Corp spare their blushes of losing that objective. Of course, there's no flash on Vladdy and Kalist as well, but they have a Renata and they have the gold lead bluntly as well. It's much easier for them to play out these fights. Mobstar Koi, if they want this to go to 3 games, are going to have to outplay a difficult scenario. Yikes!
Oh, they've got it onto Jojo! He can't hit the arm guard. He's taken out Super, trying to hit him. Massive 3-man knockup. The Berserk, the hostile takeover, lives up to its namesake. An Arcane Storm. It's a Category 5 disaster. Karmine Corp wipe Mobstar Koi off the rift. They're going to 2-0 the series.
Inclement weather comes in from the mid laner of Karmine Corp, and Mobstar Koi cannot outplay the late game.
That Baron still gave you a moment of hope. They had control over the river. It felt like their time, and an engage come through, and Mobstar Koi blink and you miss them. Their health bars are all gone. The game is gone. It's just a weekend of 2-0s, and Karmine Corp reap the rewards. They are going on to the upper bracket.
Besides a Baron